If you've been following the Hamilton housing market, you've seen all the headlines. After years of favoring buyers, Hamilton's market is finally balancing out. But here's the question: what does balance actually mean for you? Because it plays out very differently if you're buying your first home, moving up to something bigger, or deciding whether now is the time to sell or not. I work with Hamilton families every day, first timers, growing households, and longtime owners. And what I've learned is simple: clarity turns hesitation into confidence. So let's break down what balance means for you and how to make your next move smart, not stressful. Let's start with first-time buyers. For the first time in a long time, you've got some breathing room. Interest rates have settled around 2.75. On a typical Hamilton home, that's roughly $900 less per month compared to just 2 years ago. That's real money back in your pocket every single month. And the panic of bidding wars, it's gone pretty much. You're not being shoved into line with 10 other buyers for every listing. Instead, you can actually look at a few options, talk them over, and make a decision that feels grounded, not rushed. Here's the catch: balance doesn't last forever. The mistake I see with first timers can be overthinking, waiting for the perfect house at the perfect time. That often means watching the best fit opportunities just slip by. So here's a practical path: get fully underwritten, not just pre-qualified. Set a monthly payment range you know you're comfortable with. Then narrow your search to 2 or 3 neighborhoods where inventory is higher. Give yourself permission to make a solid, clear choice, even if it's not forever. I've walked first-time buyers through this shift. The difference between those who act and those who wait isn't luck. Again, it's clarity, and right now, clarity is on your side. Now let's talk to the families ready to move up. If you've outgrown your current space, balance is your sweet spot. Inventory's higher, so you have more choice. On the buy side, that means more negotiating power. On the sell side, homes are still moving in just over a month at close to 97% of asking. That's a fair, stable environment to make the jump. But here's the trap: waiting for obvious price increases. I hear it all the time. We'll sell when the market heats back up. The problem is, by the time it feels hot, competition's fierce, and that dream kitchen or that bigger yard is suddenly out of reach. Right now, balance means you can trade up without feeling squeezed on either end. You can protect the equity you've built and use today's inventory to find a home that truly fits your family's future. And remember, Hamilton is a patchwork market. Some areas, like Stony Creek, have shown stronger year-over-year gains, or at least stability, while more central pockets have softened. That's not a problem, it's an opportunity. It means you can sell where values are stable and buy where your dollar stretches further. Upsizers often tell me they're torn between playing safe and making the leap. But balance is exactly when making the leap can make the most sense. It's not just about square footage. It's about setting your family up for the lifestyle you want for the next decade or more. And finally, for those who've been sitting on the fence, if you've been reluctant to sell, you're not alone. Many homeowners feel stuck between wanting change and fearing regret. Selling isn't just about property. It's about memories, identity, and the uncertainty of what comes next. But here's the reality: balance gives you a fair shot. Buyers are stepping back in. The average Hamilton home is selling in about 34 days at roughly 97% of asking price, as I mentioned before. That's not fire sale territory. That's a predictable, stable market. The difference between sitting and selling comes down to preparation. Balanced markets reward realistic pricing and very polished presentation. That means starting with data-backed pricing, not guesswork. Fixing the small things that create big objections. And making sure your home looks its best. Professional photos, staging that show how each room works, and a marketing plan that gets it in front of the right buyers. I've had clients who have held off for months and finally decided to step forward. They were surprised at how quickly things came together. Not just in the sale itself, but in how much lighter and freer they felt once the uncertainty was gone. Balance doesn't mean every home sells instantly, but it does mean fair, steady conditions for those who prepare. And here's the heartbeat of it all: Over the past year, I've seen buyers who waited too long and lost their best opportunities. And I've seen families who acted with clarity step into homes that fit them perfectly. I've seen sellers who feared the worst discover that buyers were eager, realistic, and ready. The difference wasn't luck, maybe a little bit, but mostly it was timing, preparation, and the courage to act when balance offered the chance. That's why I put together the Hamilton Real Estate Outlook for late 2025. Breaks down exactly where the market stands. Rates, inventory, days on market, neighborhood insights, all in plain language so you don't have to guess. In just a minute, you'll know where you stand and what your smartest next move could be. So just, if you're interested, click the link below or in the comments to grab your free copy today. 10 minutes with it and you'll have clarity on what's possible and what to do next. Because when you understand the Hamilton market for what it really is, balanced, nuanced, full of opportunity, your next move doesn't have to feel like a gamble. It can be a smart, confident step forward.